Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Let's take a start with IELTS listening module. It's a beautiful morning. Last night it rained a lot and now here we are. Okay, so it could be difficult for some of you to get out of bed in the morning because cold morning, cold weather and all that. But still you guys are here. This is a proof that you want to change your life. Yeah, two things are important, pain or pleasure, right? Pleasure of going to your destination country and pain of your present life. So if you increase the pain or if you increase the pleasure, you will be motivated automatically. You don't need any motivation, right? If you want to lose weight and you are overweight, so if you have enough pain of being overweight, whenever you look at yourself in the mirror, you are fat and you don't like your physique and all that. So if that pain is big enough, you will be motivated. And if pain or pleasure, they are not big enough, then you will not be motivated. Now some chairs are empty. We do have students who are absent today. Around 10 students are absent today. So those 10 students, their pain or pleasure did not work for them. Okay? So please increase the pain. जितना दर्द होगा उतना ही अच्छा मोटिवेट होंगे. Okay? और जितनी खुशी का एहसास होगा, like pleasure of your destination country, pleasure of new lifestyle, pleasure of new life, different life, obviously that is going to motivate you. So this motivation is what we call intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic means something that comes from inside you. Okay, outside sources, sometimes they don't change anything. But inside sources and your reaction to the things. Now, some of you came here, cold morning, rainy day, I would enjoy with IELTS. And some of you are absent, cold morning, rainy day, go to hell with IELTS. Okay, hell with IELTS and I'm not going to do it. So, these are two different mindsets and all that. Anyways, let's just take a start. We've got a wonderful listening test here. So, we'll start with it. Test 2, section 1, questions 1 to 10. Complete the form below. So, the question type is form completion. Then they say write no more than 3 words and or a number for each answer. So question type is form completion. Instructions to deal with the question type, that is no more than 3 words and or a number. So that means maximum 3 words with number. Okay. Car insurance. Now I want you all to think about car insurance. You know car insurance? If your car is insured, even if it comes across any accident or the car is lost or stolen, you get the money. Okay? So the title is actually car insurance. Question number 1. I'm ignoring the example because now they don't, first they used to play the audio for example, then they used to say, Patrick Jones is written in the space and now we should begin and all that. But now they have removed all these things. Audio will start directly from question number 1 and examples will not be played. Yes, if they have any old test means a test that was created 10 years ago, there they have examples. But otherwise, by rules, they don't have the examples. Question number 1. Now, question number 1 is about address and it's written dash and then there is a comma. Can you see that? It means it's going to be one thing. And second is Greendale. So Greendale can be the name of the area. Greendale is the area and address is going to be written here. Now what is the word choice? Word choice is no more than 3 words and or a number. So whenever there is an address, there can be a number, there can be words and all that. Now I play the audio. Please focus, listen to the audio carefully and then you got to decide what is the right answer.
Section 1. You will hear a telephone conversation between a customer and a representative of an insurance company.
Hello? Motor Insurance Department?
Oh, hello. I'd like to ask about insurance for my car.
Yes, of course. I'll just take a few details. What's your name?
Patrick Jones.
And your address?
It's 27 Bank Road.
27 Bank Road. Is that in Greendale?
Yes.
So, 27 Bank Road. So 27 is a number, bank is a word, road is another word. 27 bank road will be the answer. All good? All clear? In part 1, you must get 10 out of 10. If you want to get 7 band, which is not difficult at all, if you're my student, you should target more than 7. Okay? So in part 1, they must be 10 out of 10. Okay, next we've got question, contact number is already given. So as you have 2 hands, one pointing finger will go on with the audio. Now the audio is going to come to contact number. This finger will come to contact number. And this hand which is holding the pen, now if you're a left-hander, you can use this finger for tracking the audio. So one hand will track the audio, one hand will write the answer. Again, track the audio when these 2 fingers come closer, it means now is the time to write the answer. So put this finger on contact number and put your pencil on question number 2. Okay, now they say contact number, and when you come closer, after that is occupation. Occupation means profession. I am a teacher, I am a trainer, it's my occupation. Doctor, engineer, whatever, right? So the answer is going to be occupation of that person, right? And there can be a trap. For example, he says, I started my career as an engineer, but at the moment I'm working as a businessman. What will be the answer? Businessman. Very, very simple, okay? So keep your ears open for that.
And what's your daytime phone number?
My work number is 730453.
And could I ask what your occupation is?
Dentist.
Okay.
Could I ask what your occupation is? Dentist. How do you spell dentist? All right, that's good. So if you write the wrong spelling, your answer will be wrong, okay? Very good. So far, so good. Question number 3, type of car. Manufacturer, Houghton. Model. Now, they will tell us about the model of the car. And model can be the year. Model can be the name of the car. For example, Toyota Corolla, model GLI. So GLI is the model of Toyota Corolla. In Toyota Corolla, we've got Altis, Altis Grand, and all that, okay? So let's see what is the model of the car. And the year is 1997. So let's go on.
Now, a few details about your car. What size is the engine?
It's 1200 cc's.
Thank you. And the make and model?
It's a Houghton Sable.
Could you spell the model name, please?
Yes, S-A-B-L-E.
Could you spell the model name, please? S-A-B-L-E. Now, those who approach IELTS from section 1, after 1 to 2 questions, they say, IELTS galli koi nahi. Very simple, easy. S-A-B-L-E, Sable, IELTS. Okay? When they reach section 2, section 3, section 4, then they realize it. Okay? So, section 1 is meant for very basic level. Band score 1, 2, 3. Right? Yeah. Sable is the right answer. And on your question booklet, you can use small letter, capital letter, whatever. But on answer sheet, you must use capital letters. Absolutely. Right? Okay, question number 4. Previous insurance company. Now, it's going to be the name of previous insurance company. And it might come in the past tense. Name of previous insurance company. Let's see what that is.
Oh, yes. Thanks. And when was it made?
1997.
Lovely. Right. I presume you've had a previous insurer.
Yes.
Right. We need to know the name of the company.
Yes, it was Northern Star.
Thank you.
It was... लिख भी तो सही ना हाँ बोली जा रहा है It was Northern. How do you spell? N-O-R-T-H H की ਹੁੰਦਾ H English, you know, yeah, T-H-E-R-N. Nicola H to bar. Q-V-W-X-Y-Z. And then you ask the reason why Q-V-W-X-Y-Z. Then he say, I spoke American English. All right. Okay, so the answer is Northern Star. If you don't write star, your answer will be wrong. I'm playing it again.
Oh, yes. Thanks. And when was it made?
1997.
Lovely. Right. I presume you've had a previous insurer.
Yes.
Right. We need to know the name of the company.
Yes, it was Northern Star.
Thank you.
It was Northern Star. Thank you. Northern Star. Clear? All clear to everybody? Good. Yeah, section 3 पे मुंह बनेगा आप लोगों का. Yeah, जिनका बनता होता है उनका बनेगा. Okay. All right. Let's go on. Question number 5. Then they say any insurance claims? Yes. If yes, give brief details. Car was dash in 1999. Something happened to the car in 1999. Yasin? Some people. So something happened to the car in 1999. So now you got to tell me what happened to the car. Okay, car was lost, car was something like that, okay? So I play the audio.
And have you made any insurance claims in the last 5 years?
Yes, one in 1999.
And what was the problem?
It was stolen, but
That's fine, Mr. Jones. That's all we need to know at the moment.
It was stolen. Have you noticed one thing? For car, they used it. Car was stolen. In the audio, for car, they used the word it was stolen. So what will be the answer? Stolen. S-T-O-L-E-N. Stolen. Very good. Then we've got question number 6. Names of other drivers. हाँ मेरी गाड़ी कौन कौन चलाता है मल्ले वाले अम्मी अबू all right भाई बहन and all that. So names of other drivers. The first one, Simon Dash. Simon Dash means the last name is missing. And if the last name is unusual means not common English name, then they are going to spell it for you. If it is usual, for example, Simon John. Now John is a common name, but if it is unusual, they are going to spell it for you. So let's go on. Question number 6.
And will there be any other named drivers?
just the one.
And his name?
Simon Painter.
Could you spell the surname, please?
P-A-Y-N-T-E-R.
Okay?
Okay.
Not the other
Thank you.
painter. P-A-Y-N-T-E-R. Simon Painter. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Simon Painter. And they use the word surname. What's the surname? Surname is the last name. Right? Yeah. My surname is Yaqub. So surname is that. Okay. Relationship to main driver. Main driver means the person who often drives the car. What is relationship? And in relationship, it's going to be father, mother, brother, sister, husband, wife, blah, blah, blah. Relationship. Okay? Like you say, oh, thode ki lagde ne? Yeah, something like that.
And what relationship is he to you?
He's my brother-in-law.
He is my... Now, listen, we've got the word choice, no more than 3 words. So you can write brother-in-law even without any hyphen. But otherwise, generally, we write brother-in-law with hyphen. Brother-in-law. So brother-in-law. It's just like that. Okay? All right. Now, let's go on. Okay, guys. The next question is question number 8. Uses of car. Uses of car means gaddi leke kithe kithe jande ho, okay? Uses of car. One is social. Social means you go to meet your friends, you go to meet your family members, relatives, and all that. Okay? So, well, excuse me. The screen is twisting time and again. Please put it here. This is not going to record it properly. It's twisting time and again. Okay, so let's go on. Uses of car. One is social use. Second, now let's see what is that use. Okay, in the audio they will tell us one is social use and second day's car is used for something else. So I play the audio.
And what will you or Mr. Painter be using the car for?
Well, mainly for social use.
Social use. Will you be using it to travel to work?
Yes, sometimes.
Will you be
Travel
using it to
work.
travel to work? All right, they're writing. I'm playing it again, the last part.
And what will you or Mr. Painter be using the car for?
Well, mainly for social use.
Social use.
He's writing.
Will you be using it to travel to work?
Yes, sometimes.
Travel to work. work.
Travel to work. Kugu, what are you doing here? I'm playing the audio second time and you say answer क्या है? वो जो कानों में बोल रही है सिर्फ आपके नहीं बोल रही, सबके बोल रही है. Okay, don't take it personal. Travel to work is the right answer. Social, she said social. Then she said travel to work. Enjoy नहीं करना, लिखना भी है साथ. Yeah, आप ज़्यादा ही खो गए उसमें. मैं देख रहा हूँ आपको, देख रहा हूँ आपको. Okay, all right. Next is start date 31st January. Recommended insurance arrangement. Name of company. Very simple. Now this is going to be, we are on question number 9 there. Tell him. Question number 9. Please follow that. Have you got the handout? Yeah, question number 9. Please help him. So, name of the company. Let's see what is the name of the company.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
And finally, when would you like to start the insurance?
I'll need it from the 31st of January.
Right. Mr. Jones, I'm getting a couple of quotes coming up on the computer now, and the best bet looks like being with a company called Red Flag.
Yeah?
Company called Red. क्या लिखा है? ठीक है? स्पीकर तुम्हारे सर पे है, हाँ फिर भी नहीं समझ आ रही क्या है. Red Flag, absolutely. Yeah, थोड़ा यासीन इनको जरा क्लास के बाद थोड़ा सा भाषण देना है. अभी दे दे नहीं, बाद में दे दीजिएगा. Come on, focus. आगे बैठे हुए यहाँ पे जो बैठते हैं ना वो लाइक बच्चे होते हैं, नहीं तो लाइक हो जाते हैं. So the answer is Red Flag. I'm playing it once again.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
And finally, when would you like to start the insurance?
I'll need it from the 31st of January.
Right. Mr. Jones, I'm getting a couple of quotes coming up on the computer now, and the best bet looks like being with a company called Red Flag.
Yeah?
Company called Red Flag. Very good. Now, question number 10, annual cost. Okay, guys, listen. Whenever they talk about cost, if the currency sign is given, you will not write currency. Okay, if the sign is already given. Sometimes they give the sign or sometimes they write currency, like dollars, euros, and all that. Okay. Now, there is one thing. If they have dollars, at times, price is in dollars and cents. With dollars, we have cents. With rupees, we have pesas. With dollars, we have cents. With pounds, we have pennies. Pound has pennies. Okay? Now, please listen. If they say it will cost you $10.50. $10.50. So you will write it as 10.50. Understand? If they say the price of this book is $9.85. How will you write? 9.85. Okay, 9.85. And this 5, for example, if they say the price is $10.40. How will you write? 10.4 and 0 is must. It's not maths where after point if you write 0 or not, it's same. Okay, so 10.40, it's going to be like that. Right? Is this clear? Yeah, whenever they've got anything they say, usually what do the students do? They say $10.50. Students write 10 and 50. That is 1,050. $10.50. It will cost you €5.35. €5.35. So remember that currency name. If there is any amount after currency name, so for currency name you will write dot. €5.85 means 5.85 or 85. Clear? Okay, now I play the audio. And this is annual cost. So if they tell you monthly cost, that will not be your answer. Your answer is going to be annual cost.
And that comes out at $450 per year.
Oh, well, that seems okay.
400 and... Now she did not say 400.50 and all that. No, $450. So what will be the amount? 450. Okay, and do you need to write dollars? No, because dollar sign is already there. Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, guys, now we have a map and we are going to see how to label the map. In IELTS listening part 2, you might come across a map. So now we are going to see how to deal with the map. If they give you map in actual exam, how to deal with it, what is it that you need to focus to find your answer. Section 2, questions 11 and 12. Label the map below. Write no more than 2 words. So you will have to pick up the words and then write them. Sometimes they give you map with labels. Labels means A, B, C, D. A is cafe. B is another place, C is another place, D is another place. So in that case, you will only write A, B, C, D. But otherwise, if they don't mention, now you got to pick up the words from the audio and you will write it down. And they say no more than 2 words. Can you see the compass there? North, south, west, and east. Now please do one thing. On top of the map, where they have written boat trip, write there capital N. Capital N. Vadda N. Yeah? Good. On the right side, write capital E. On the left side, write capital W. And at the bottom of the map, write capital S. So S means south. N means north. E means east and all that. Okay. Now, can you see what is it all about? Stop A, stop B, stop C, stop D. In the audio, when they start the audio, they will tell us what is the map about. Okay, they are going to tell us very, very clearly that this map is about this thing and all that. So stop A is Green Banks. It means audio will start from stop A and the name of that stop is Green Banks. After that, when they come to question number 11, they will say stop B. Now, what is that stop? Stop B. Stop A is a bank. Stop B is what? Whatever it is, you will just write it there. All good? Okay, let's do it.
Section 2. You will hear a recorded message giving tourists travel information in a large city.
Thank you for calling the tourist line. There are many different ways of getting round the city, and we'd like to suggest some you may not have thought of. How about a city trip by boat? There are 4 main stopping points. From west to east, stop A, Greenbanks, stop B, City Bridge.
Clear? Very simple. Stop A, mentioned already. Stop B, City Bridge. Excellent. All good? Yeah, this is very simple one. Then they will talk about stop C, that is Roman landing. And finally, they will talk about stop D, and that will be your answer. So let's do it.
Stop C, Roman landing, and stop D, Newtown.
Stop D, Newtown, not Newton. Okay, Newtown. I'm playing this part again. All right.
Stop C, Roman landing, and stop D, Newtown.
Stop D is Newtown. You will write it as 2 words. See that? So simple. Okay, nothing is difficult. Yeah, sometimes when you looked at the map, you say, oh my God, and all that. You must be thinking, but it's all very simple. So please change your attitude towards IELTS. Huh? Newton लिखा है, कोई बात नहीं. आप अपने काम से काम रखें भाई. Mind your own business, हाँ? Yeah. आप जैसे लोग होते हैं जिनको पता होता है महल्ले में आज कौन आया, कौन गया, किसने क्या पकाया, हाँ? All right. So, questions 13 to 18. Complete the table below. Now we have table completion. Okay? Table completion. Write no more than 2 words and or a number. So, 2 words maximum plus number. It can be 1 word minimum, 2 words or 2 words with number. Okay, stop A. Now they're going to continue this talk. Stop A. Main booking office. First boat 8 a.m. Last boat dash p.m. Very simple. Aakhri gaddi kadon jandi. Punjabi hai. Last train, last bus, last boat. So last boat leaves at, and they've already mentioned p.m. So you will just write the time. Now listen, how to write the time. If the time is 7:30, how will you write it? 7, colon, or single dot. Both are fine. 7, colon, and 30, 30, right? If the time is like 8 o'clock, so you can simply write 8, or you can write 8, colon, 00. Okay, either way it is fine. Or you can even write dot, 8, dot, 00, that is fine. Okay. Now, let's see what is the time. And it's about the last boat. Question number 13.
You can find the main booking office at stop A. The first boat leaves at 8 a.m. and the last one at 6:30 p.m.
And the last one at 6:30 p.m. And you might be thinking this test is so simple, so easy. Thoda sa ठहर जाए. I was thinking the same. When I cut the audios, I was like, oh my God, this is so easy. Should I change to another test? Let's reach section 3 and section 4. फिर धुआं निकलेगा. Okay? So don't worry. Yeah. Until this point, it's very easy. Sometimes 2 sections are so easy, but some 2 sections are really, really complicated. So don't worry. Okay? Yeah. I was going to change this test, but when I reach section 3 and section 4, really, there's good thing. Level of difficulty is very high there. Okay, guys. Then we've got question number 14. Palace has lovely. Now, underline lovely. What is the other word for lovely? Beautiful. Okay, so for lovely, they are going to say beautiful, something beautiful. Whatever they say, for example, lovely park. They say beautiful park. So the answer will be park. For lovely, they might use any other word. Okay, charming. Charming park, beautiful park, lovely park, and all that. Now I play the audio. Please listen and answer question number 14.
There are also many attractions you can visit along the river. At stop A, if you have time, you can visit the fine 16th century palace here, built for the king, with its beautiful formal gardens. It's very near the booking office. Now you can enjoy every corner of this superb residence.
Acha, with its beautiful formal gardens. Now you can write formal gardens because the word choice is no more than 2 words, or otherwise even if you write gardens, your answer is correct. Okay, formal gardens or only gardens. Gardens, you know, baagh, park, yeah. Okay, now stop B, attraction. Now it's going to be the name of the place. Stop A, what is the attraction for stop A? Palace. So like palace, it's going to be another attraction, and that is stop B. So let's see what that is. And for this attraction, they say, why don't you visit the cinema? It's so nice. So attraction is cinema, something like that. Whatever they talk about, that will be the attraction.
Stop B. Why don't you visit Tower Restaurant with its wide range of refreshments?
Why don't you visit? No. I'll play it again. Yeah, restaurant is even one thing. If you don't understand the first word, important word is restaurant. So leave the first word and write only restaurant. That'll be the right answer. Okay, I'm playing it again. Focus.
Stop B. Why don't you visit Tower Restaurant with its wide range of refreshments?
Why don't you visit? No, Tower. Yeah, you understand like that. Tower. Tower. Nahi khamba hunda. Yeah. Tower Restaurant, Tower. So in that case, it's a good idea to not to write the first word. Only write restaurant, your answer is perfectly fine. Okay, instead, if you write wrong word here, and then your answer will be wrong. So be careful with that. Okay, question number 16. Has good, underline has good. Give me the synonym of that. Has good, nice, better. Okay, write it there, wonderful. Underline has good and write there, wonderful. Wonderful dash. So whatever they say after wonderful, that will be your answer. Let's see, question number 16.
This is a place where you can sit and enjoy the wonderful views over the old commercial and banking center of the city.
Wonderful views. Well done. Fantastic. Wonderful views of city center. For city center, they use the word commercial and this and that. All clear? Good. So see that if you don't focus these words, for example, word is has good and synonym is wonderful. If you don't focus something like that, answer will come and go and your pen will not move. And then you will smile like this. Dobara answer na? Yeah, like this you will smile. And you will look more confident with no answer. Okay? All right. Now, let's go on. Question number 17, stop C. What is stop C? What is attraction? Museum. And then they say, bookshop Specializing in the dash of local area. Underline specializing. There is a bookshop specializing. It means in that bookshop you can find the books on a specific title. So underline specializing and write there good range of local, and then something. It can be a topic on which the books are written. Okay, so let's see what that is.
Stop C is the area where, in the 1st century AD, invading soldiers crossed the river. This was much shallower than it is now. That's why this area is called Roman Landing. There's an interactive museum to visit here, with a large shop which has a good range of local history books.
Good range of local history books. What will be the answer? Yeah, good range of local history books, and that means specializing in the history of the local area. Good range of local history books. Got it? History will be the answer. Okay, question number 18. Entertainment complex, and they have dash cinema. Now, it can be a type of cinema, 3D cinema, you know. We've got 3D. What was, yeah, IMAX. After 3D, there was another technology, IMAX. So it can be 3D cinema, IMAX cinema, or any other type of cinema, right? Let's see what do they say. And whatever they say about the cinema, that will be your answer. Like this is cinema with dash. Cinema with dash means that is going to be your answer.
At the furthest point of the trip, stop D, the most exciting place to visit is the new entertainment complex with 7-screen cinema, bowling alley, and video games arcade.
7-screen cinema. Simple. Bowling alley and video games, that's already mentioned. So answer is 7-screen. 7 as a number and screen as a word. I'm playing it again.
At the furthest point of the trip, stop D, the most exciting place to visit is the new entertainment complex with 7-screen cinema, bowling alley, and video games arcade.
All clear? Very good. Let's go on. Questions 19 and 20. Write no more than 3 words and or a number for each answer. Question number 19. How often do the top bus company tour runs? Look here. How often means frequency. How often means how many times. For example, how often do you shower? And you say once a month. Okay, so once a month is a frequency. Once a month or once a year? Or every rain? Okay, every day. All right, every day. It's shower, not Peshawar, huh? How often do you go to Peshawar? Every month. Okay, so how often means frequency. How often do you brush your teeth? Brush? What is brush? Okay, twice a day, thrice a day. Right? Exactly. So, how often means it's going to be frequency, and they will tell us, like the buses run after every 20 minutes, after every 30 minutes, or after every something like that. So, like you know, sometimes you say, har aadhe ghante ke baad ek bus jati hai. That is also how often. Okay? So, let's see.
Besides the boat tours, there are city buses. 2 companies offer special services. The top bus company runs all its tours with a live commentary in English. Tours leave from 8:30 a.m. every 20 minutes.
8:30 a.m. every 20 minutes. Now, what is every 20 minutes? That is how often. So the answer is every 20 minutes. 8 a.m. cannot be the answer. How often? 8 a.m. Not at all. It should be what time. If it is what time, then you can write 8 a.m. They said how often. So the answer is every 20 minutes. Listen again.
Besides the boat tours, there are city buses. 2 companies offer special services. The top bus company runs all its tours with a live commentary in English. Tours leave from 8:30 a.m. every 20 minutes.
Okay? Tour leaves from 8:30 a.m. every 20 minutes. That's right. Question number 20. Where can you catch a number 1 sightseeing tour from? Number 1 sightseeing tour. Where can you catch? Where can you catch means location. Like, in Lahore, we've got sightseeing bus, a double-decker and all that, right? So where can you catch it? Where can you catch that? Probably from Gaddafi Stadium. Mall Road. Okay, they start from Gaddafi Stadium, then they take a tour and all that. So where can you catch the number one sightseeing? It's going to be location. Where can you catch? Catch doesn't mean you're going to catch. Catch the bus means bus pe sawar hona, like that. Okay, so let's start.
There are departures from Central Station, Castle Hill, and Long Walk. This is a hop-on, hop-off service, and tickets are valid for 24 hours. For further details, call Top Bus on 0208 944 7810. The number one sightseeing tour is available with a commentary in 8 languages. Buses depart from Central Station every 5 to 6 minutes from about 9 a.m.
Buses depart from. Where can you catch? Buses depart from. So the answer is Central Station. The audio went on, and thank God you guys were waiting. You were not writing anything. Okay? Did you understand, or I play it again? All good? Okay. Very good. Thank you. The real fun is going to start now. Before that, it was all easy. Even now, it is going to be easy, but it's going to be a little more. So get ready to make your faces. Ye mask laga lein, achha hai. Yeah? No one will be able to see. Yeah. Question number 21. Multiple choice questions. Okay. Now, by chance, if you don't understand anything at all in multiple choice and you want to guess, so what do you want to guess? All A's, all B's, all C's. How many of you want to guess all A's? Raise your hands. All B's, all C's. Okay. Now, those who are guessing all B's, they will get 3 correct answers. Those who are getting all A's, they will get 1 correct answer. And those who are getting all B's, they will get 2 correct answers. Okay, so it should be B or C, at least out of 6, 2 correct answers. You will, in case you don't understand anything at all, pura don't understand. Okay, then. Now, multiple choice questions. Multiple choice questions have 2 parts. Part 1 question, part 2 options. There are 3 options, 1 question. Read the question carefully. Go through the options, and by the way, when they give you half minute to read questions 21 to 26, you just have to actually skim read the questions. One is skim reading. Skim read means you're not going to read each and everything. You're going to read it quickly, underlining important words. I tell you what are the important words. Question number 21. Antarctic Center was established in Christchurch because Christchurch is location in New Zealand. So, Antarctic Center was established in Christchurch because it means the reason why Antarctic Center was established in Christchurch. What's the reason? Okay? Are you still cold? No, you're fine? All right, actually heating is on, so still you need that. Kambal shambal la dein aapko aur? Okay. So guys, let's see. Christchurch is the location and Antarctic Center is a center. Antarctic Center was established in Christchurch because. Now, why was Antarctic Center established in Christchurch? Option A. See there, it's a long option. New Zealand is a member of the Atlantic Treaty. Underline member of Antarctic Treaty. Member of Antarctic Treaty. Mainly you will focus the word member. Option B. Christchurch is geographically well positioned. So underline geographically well positioned. And by the way, Christchurch is understood. We know they're talking about it. So geographically well positioned. Option C. Climate of Christchurch is suitable. Just underline suitable climate. Understand? See that long option? And we cut that short. Suitable climate. Now I play the audio. Now listen. They will talk about all 3 options in any order. I'm using the word any order. Questions are in order, but these 3 options are not in order. They might start from option C, then they come to option B, then they come to option A. two options will be discussed negatively or oppositely. And sometimes they don't even mention one of the options, which is not the right answer. Sometimes they ignore one of the options as well. Now listen carefully. Don't go for the words, go for ideas. Question is, Antarctic Center was established in Christchurch. Why? Option A, member of Antarctic Treaty. Option B, geographically well positioned. Option C, climate suitable or suitable climate. Okay, now please listen.
Section 3. You will hear a seminar with Dr. Martin Merriweather of the Antarctic Centre in Christchurch, New Zealand.
We're pleased to welcome Dr. Martin Merriweather of the Antarctic Centre in Christchurch, New Zealand, who has come along to talk to us today about the role of the centre and the Antarctic Treaty. Now, my first question is about the choice of location for the centre. Why Christchurch? Was it because of the climate?
Well, actually, New Zealand is the second closest country to Antarctica, and Christchurch is often used on Antarctic expeditions.
Right, so it's because of where we are, coupled with our historical role.
It's because of where we are. That means geographically positioned, well positioned. That's because of where we are. Now listen, the right answer is option B. And the order in which they spoke, that is C-A-B. Write it down. C-A-B. Okay, I'm playing this audio once again. C-A-B.
Section 3. You will hear a seminar with Dr. Martin Merriweather of the Antarctic Centre in Christchurch, New Zealand.
We're pleased to welcome Dr. Martin Merriweather of the Antarctic Centre in Christchurch, New Zealand, who has come along to talk to us today about the role of the centre and the Antarctic Treaty. Now, my first question is about the choice of location for the centre. Why Christchurch? Was it because of the climate?
Well, actually, New Zealand is...
Was it because of the climate? Now remember, in multiple choice, whenever they speak about an option in the question, and either they answer negatively or they don't answer, that is not the answer. So option C, was it because of the weather? It was a question, right? So C should be crossed. Once you cross C, you are left with two options. One of them is the right one. Now they will come to option A.
the second closest country to Antarctica.
Second closest country to Antarctica. But they did not talk about Antarctic Treaty and member. They only said second closest country. So option A is also wrong. Clear? Good. I mean, in multiple choice, the game is not what is the right option. The game is what is the wrong option. Instead of looking for the right option, you look for the wrong option, cross them, and then you will find the right option, okay?
And Christchurch is often used on Antarctic expeditions.
Right, so it's because of where we are, coupled with our historical role.
Where we are coupled with our historical role. So geographically well positioned. Where we are, okay? Let's go on. Question number 22. One role of Antarctic Center is to. Now, what is one of their roles? One role of Antarctic Center is to. Option A, provide expeditions with suitable equipment. Just underline suitable equipment. And by the way, for equipment, they might use the word ropes, ladder, shoes, and all that, okay? Next, provide researchers with financial assistance. Just underline financial assistance. Now, have you noticed expeditions and researchers, they are almost the same thing. So, in option A, suitable equipment. In option B, financial assistance. Financial assistance means they give them money to do that. And option C, ensure that research is internationally relevant. Ensure research internationally relevant. Okay, now I play the audio. Listen and answer.
So tell us, what is the main purpose of the centre?
Oh, well, we have two complementary roles. One is as a scientific base for expeditions and research, and the other is as an information centre.
Tell us something about the role as a scientific base.
Well, we're able to provide information about what scientists should take with them to the South Pole. For example, The centre contains a clothing warehouse where expeditions are supplied with suitable clothing for the extreme conditions.
I suppose you need a bit more than your normal winter coat.
Yes, exactly. And then there's also the specialist library and mapping services.
Special clothing. That is option A, suitable equipment. So he said you don't just need a coat. I mean, you're going to Antarctica, so you need other stuff as well. Now C, option B was not even discussed. And option C, ensure that research is internationally relevant. It was not discussed like that, okay? So the right answer is option A. Please listen to it again.
So tell us, what is the main purpose of the centre?
Oh, well, we have two complementary roles. One is as a scientific base for expeditions and research, and the other is as an information centre.
Tell us something about the role as a scientific base.
Now, this is the role they're going to talk about. Tell us something about the role as a scientific base.
Well, we're able to provide information about what scientists should take with them to this.
What scientists should take with them. What they should take with them means equipment. कि अपने साथ क्या-क्या लेके जाना. Scientists, most definitely they need equipment. What scientists should take with them.
South Pole. For example, the centre contains a clothing warehouse where expeditions are supplied with suitable clothing for the
Expeditions are supplied with suitable clothing. They have a warehouse. So the right answer is option A, suitable equipment. Now please come to question number 23. Smile, huh? Section 1, Section 2, halwa. Section 3, jalwa. Yeah, now you see jalwa. Okay? Question number 23. Purpose of visitor center is to underline purpose. Visitor center. Now let's see what is their purpose. Option A, provide accommodation. Accommodation means place to live, right? Option B, run training sessions. For training sessions, they might use the word seminars, workshops, talks, lectures, and all that. Option C, show people what Atlantic is like. Now let's see what do they say.
And what does the visitor centre offer?
Well, since very few people will ever experience the Antarctic firsthand, the Visitors Centre aims to recreate the atmosphere of Antarctica. There's a mock campsite where you can see inside an Antarctic tent and imagine yourself sleeping there. And the centre also acts as a showcase for the unique international cooperation which exists in Antarctica today.
All right, A, anyone B, anyone C? Okay, C is the right answer. And I tell you why, don't worry. I'm going to play the audio again, okay? Don't worry. Now, the order in which they spoke, that is C-A-B. Please write it down there. C-A-B. Okay? Now, let's listen to C. Show people what Antarctic is like. They said recreate the atmosphere of Antarctica. Recreate means to show what life in Antarctica is.
How old is Antarctica?
Let's see.
And what does the visitor centre offer?
Well, since very few people will ever experience the Antarctic firsthand, the Visitors Centre aims to recreate the atmosphere of Antarctica.
Visitor Center aims to recreate the atmosphere of Antarctica. That is, show people what Antarctica is like. So C is the right answer. Now please come to option A. And I tell you why it is wrong. Option A is provide accommodation. Let's see how do they talk about it.
There's a mock campsite where...
There is a mock campsite. Now, it's not real accommodation. There's a mock campsite. कि ये camp, ऐसा camp वहाँ पे लगता है. There's a mock campsite. Right? Once I wanted to buy an apartment, they had made a model apartment. Very beautiful, very nice ones. So they took us to the dining table and they gave us the tea over there so that they could trap us. But thank God we were not trapped, okay? So mock campsite. Now, mock campsite does not mean provide accommodation. It's only mock one, okay? So A is the wrong answer. Now please come to option B and tell me, do they discuss anything about it or not?
You can see inside an Antarctic tent and imagine yourself sleeping there.
Imagine yourself sleeping there. It's not they provide accommodation. It means they just have a mock tent and you imagine yourself sleeping there.
Showcase for the unique international cooperation which exists in Antarctica today.
Anything about run training sessions? Not at all. Okay? So again, I'm telling you, if you want to excel in multiple choice, at least one wrong answer should be crossed. At least one. Then chances are 50-50. Then tukkas will help. But if you don't even understand, then it will not work for you. Now please come to question number 24. Dr. Merriweather says that Antarctica is dash. Dr. Merriweather says that Antarctica is dash. Now what is Antarctica? Unlike any other country. Unlike means it's not like other countries. For unlike, they can use the word it's not like. Option B, extremely beautiful. For extremely beautiful, they might use the word awesome. Right? Or, yeah, awesome beauty. In Antarctic, we've got awesome beauty. Option C, too cold for tourists. Too cold means very, very cold for tourists. Means tourists should not go there. It is very cold for them. So, Dr. Merriweather says Antarctica is. Now, let's listen.
What is it actually like at the South Pole? I know you've been there on a number of occasions.
Yes, I have. And each time I'm struck by the awesome beauty of the place. It's magnificent, but you can really only visit it in the summer months.
October to March.
Yes, because it's completely dark for 4 months of the year.
So, B, absolutely. And then they said cold. They mentioned it's cold, but actually they said during those months it's completely dark. Means no sunshine, no sun. So option C, some of you must be thinking about option C. It's not the right answer. Option C is too cold for tourists. They said it is too dark. Too dark means all darkness there during that time. Please listen again. The order in which they played the audio, that is B, C, A. Write it down. B, C, A. A is not even mentioned, but anyways, B, C. Let's see.
What is it actually like at the South Pole? I know you've been there on a number of occasions.
Yes, I have. And each time I'm struck by the awesome beauty of the place.
Each time I'm struck by the awesome beauty of the place means extremely beautiful.
It's magnificent.
It's magnificent. Magnificent also means extremely beautiful.
But you can really only visit it in the summer months.
You can only visit it in the summer months.
October to March.
Yes, because it's completely dark for 4 months of the year.
It's completely dark for the 4 months of the year. So not too cold, it's actually dark. Answer is B. Question number 25. According to Dr. Merriweather, Antarctica is very cold because. Reason for being cold. Antarctica is very cold because A, shape of the continent. So main thing is shape. For shape, they can say it is round or it is circular or anything like that. Option B, it is surrounded by a frozen sea. Surrounded by frozen sea. For that, they can say all 4 sides there is frozen sea. Or there is a frozen sea all the other sides. Or it is encased with frozen sea. Next. It is an extremely dry continent, extremely dry. Option A, shape. Option B, surrounded by frozen sea. Option C, extremely dry. Now what's the reason? Why is it so cold?
And in addition, it has to be the coldest place on Earth.
Colder than the North Pole? Why is that?
Well, unlike the North Pole, which is actually a frozen sea, Antarctica is a landmass shaped like a dome, with the result that the winds blow down the slopes at speeds of up to 150 kilometres an hour. And that's what makes it so cold. And one other interesting thing is that Antarctica is the driest continent on Earth, surprisingly. And so you have to drink large amounts of water when you're there.
Yeah. See, listen, now, it is the driest one, but that is not the reason for being cold. Absolutely. Okay, you need to focus. They spoke about it very clearly. That was a trap and you were from inside. Canada, here I come. Okay. Not like this. The trap answers are like this. Now listen. See, it is an extremely dry continent. What is the question? Come back to question number 25. According to Dr. Merriweather, Antarctica is very cold because. What is the reason for being cold? It is not very cold because it is dry. No, they only said it is dry, but they did not link it with being cold. Okay? Now, I'm going to play it again.
And in addition, It has to be the coldest place.
Sorry, the order in which they spoke, that is BAC. Write it down there. BAC. So, let's go on.
And in addition, it has to be the coldest place on Earth.
Colder than the North Pole? Why is that?
Well, unlike the North Pole, which is actually a frozen sea, Antarctica is a landmass shaped like a dome.
Shaped like a dome. Antarctica is shaped like a dome. Now let's see.
With the result that the winds blow down the slopes at speeds of up to 150 kilometres an hour. And that's what makes it so cold.
That's what makes it so cold. Shaped like a dome, winds 100 kilometers per hour. That's what makes it so cold. So option A, absolutely, not B. Surrounded by frozen sea. They did not mention reason for being cold. Now they talk about C.
One other interesting thing is that Antarctica is the driest continent on Earth, surprisingly. And so you have to drink large amounts of water when you're there.
Any link with cold? No. Driest is something separate. Okay, let's go on. Question number 26. Dr. Merriweather thinks Antarctica was part of another continent because... Now, he thinks Antarctica was part of another continent. Another continent means Asia, Europe, North America, South America, Australia, Africa. So, he thinks it was the part of another continent because, reason, option A, he has done his own research in the area. So, done research in area. Done research in area. Option B, there is geological evidence of this. Geological evidence. Okay, now listen. For geology or geological evidence, they might use the word like rocks, clay, mud, stones, pebbles, mountains, anything like that. So that is what we call geology and geological. The study of earth is called geology. So geological evidence, for geological evidence, they might use the word rocks, fossil even. Fossil is something they find there, okay? Option C, it is very close to South America. So, question is, Merriweather thinks Antarctica was part of another continent because, and then the reason.
How old is Antarctica?
Oh, we're pretty sure it was part of a larger landmass, but it broke away from the rest of the continent 170 million years ago.
How can you be certain of this?
Because fossils and rocks have been discovered in Antarctica, which are the same as those found in places such as Africa and Australia.
Amazing. To think...
Fossils and rocks have been discovered in Antarctica, which are same like found in Africa and Australia. So answer is B, there is geological evidence. What is geological evidence? Fossil and rocks have been discovered. Rocks are geology. Okay. Okay, guys. Questions 27 and 28. We've got two questions. Complete the table below. Write one word and or a number. So this question type is there to relax you for some time. Question number 27. Above question number 27, you can see there is a date. And that is 1870. The year is mentioned. Then we've got question number 27, dash to dash. Very simple. It's going to be two numbers. Dash to dash. For example, 2010 to 20. 2005 to 2010. So it's going to be like that. Okay? And by the way, one thing, one word and or two numbers. Okay, they mentioned here. That's what I was thinking. Two numbers. One word and two numbers. Okay, pretty unusual. So let's see. I play the audio. Question number 27.
Now, let's just have a look at the Antarctic Treaty. How far back does the idea of an international treaty go?
Well, as far back as the 19th century, when 11 nations organised an international event.
When was that exactly?
In 1870, and it was called the Polar Research Meeting. And then, not long after that, they organised something called the First International Polar Year.
And that took place when exactly?
Over 2 years, from 1882 to 1883.
So, 1882 to 1883. Now this 2 is TO2, which is already written. Okay, so you will write 1882 on the left side and 1883 on the right side. And you can do one more thing. 1882 on the left side and only 83 on the right side. Because 18 is understood. Right? 2005 to 10 means 2005 to 2010. So you can write, but I advise you to write full words, okay? Full numbers. After that, audio will continue 1957, but when they say 1959, you will be alert once again. And there they say Antarctic Treaty was, something happened to Antarctic Treaty in 1959. So please listen.
But it wasn't until the 1950s that the idea of an international treaty was proposed. And in 1959, the treaty was actually signed.
In 1959, treaty was actually signed. So the right answer is signed. This is only just to relax you after multiple choice. And again, there are multiple choice questions. Okay, questions 29 and 30. So we go on with that. Now, it's called double multiple choice questions. Why double? Because there are two questions which you got to pick. No, why did you write actually, sir? You're not supposed to write actually. You will write only signed. Okay, yes, actually, if you write actually signed, your answer is wrong. So you have to decide which word to miss and which word to write. So the right answer is signed. Listen, very simple. One word means one word limit. And numbers. Now let me explain one word and numbers. It means answer may contain number plus word. Then they say or number. One word or number. It can be either word or number. So word plus number, either word or number. It's that. Ya word, ya number, ya dono. Simple. Huh? Yeah, they are two numbers because you're writing them separately. If numbers are separated, then they are two numbers. If there is one number, no matter there are 20 zeros with that number, that will be only one number. Okay? Yeah. Control your shoes, gentlemen. उन्होंने नवीं चादरां बिछाई हैं. Okay. आपके शूज नजर, आपको लग रहा है कुछ नजर नहीं आ रहा था, आपके शूज नजर आ रहे थे. ऑलराइट, और थोड़ा पीछे कर लें चेयर, उधर जाके थोड़ा सा लेट के तो वापस आ जाएं. हाँ, एग्जैक्टली. स्विमिंग पूल में चले जाएं, 2-3 डुबकियां लगाएं. हाँ. देखो उसको पता है ये, क्योंकि वो पहले ये काम कर चुका है. Okay. Choose two letters A to E. Now we got to select two letters from A to E. Which two achievements of Atlantic Treaty, underline two achievements, underline Antarctic Treaty are mentioned by the speakers. Two achievements mentioned. How many are they? 5. Out of 5, there are 2 achievements. Now it means other 3 options are not their achievements. Other 3 options they are trying to achieve, or they will achieve in the future, or they were struggling to achieve but they failed to achieve that. So 2 achievements so far, and other 3 they have not achieved them, right? Let's see. I play the audio. Okay, first we read the options. No military use. The first achievement is all the members agree that we will not use Antarctic for military purposes. Military purposes means no atomic explosion or no experimentation like that. Option B, animals protected. The animals which live in Antarctica, they will be protected. So if they achieved it, it's good. Option C, historic sites preserved. In Antarctica, there are some historic sites. They're going to preserve them. Means they will not demolish them or destroy them. Option D, no nuclear testing. I told you, right? Nuclear testing, nuclear bombs, and they will not be allowed for that. Option E, fishing rights protected. The fishing rights of Antarctic will be protected. Means only the people of Antarctic or Antarctica will be able to fish there. Other people from surrounding countries will not be allowed. Something like that. Now listen, 2 things they have achieved. Out of these 5, 2 things they have done. They have implemented. That will be the answer. And what they have not implemented, that will not be the answer. Let's start. I'm playing the audio together and you will tell me the 2 letters.
What do you see as the main achievements of the treaty?
Well, firstly, it means that the continent is reserved for peaceful use.
That's Article 1, isn't it?
Yes.
That's important, since the territory belongs to everyone.
Yes, but not as important as Article 5, which prohibits any nuclear explosions or waste disposal.
Which is marvellous. Well, I'm afraid we're going to have to stop there because I'm afraid we've run out of time. Thanks for coming along today and telling us all about the centre and its work.
They only discussed 2 points out of 5. So that is A and D. Okay, A is no military use and D is no nuclear testing. I'm playing it again.
What do you see as the main achievements of the treaty?
Well, firstly, it means that the continent is reserved for peaceful use.
That's Article 1.
Peaceful use. Peaceful use means no military use. So that is what they have achieved already. So the first right answer is, now underline military use and write there peaceful use. So military is the enemy of peace according to this, okay? Yeah. Military use and peaceful use. So no military means peaceful. Okay, now they're going to come to option D.
Isn't it?
Yes.
That's important, since the territory belongs to everyone.
Yes, but not as important as Article 5, which prohibits any nuclear explosions or what?
Article 5, which prohibits any nuclear explosion, means no nuclear testing. For testing, they use the word explosion. So the right answer is A and D. On your answer sheet, for 29, you should write A, and for 30, you should write D. But even if you write 29, D, 30, A, your answers will be correct. Okay? All right, thank you. Okay, now in part 4, we've got 5 multiple choice questions. And this is something unusual, but this may happen in actual exam. This has happened a couple of months ago, that in part 4, they gave multiple choice. Otherwise, according to the test pattern, part 4 is for 1 word only. But you never know, in part 4, they give you multiple choice questions as well. So you should be ready for that, okay? Now, question number 31. Anita first felt, basically the title is left and right handedness in sport. Left-handedness, right-handedness. I'm a right-handed person. I write with my right hand. In sports also, left-handed batsman, right-handed batsman. Left-handed hockey player, right-handed hockey player, like that. So they say left and right-handedness in sport. Question number 31. 31. Anita first felt the Matthews article was of value when she realized, underline she realized, and Matthews article. Now, Anita felt Matthews article was valuable when she realized something. So for realize, they might use any other word. Option A. Now see, there are very long options. Now I tell you how to focus if the options are very long. Option A, how it would help her difficulties with left-handedness. Just underline, help her difficulties with left-handedness. Option B, the relevance of connections he made with music. So relevance of connections with music. Relevance of connections with music. Option C, impressive size of his research project. Underline size of research. Size of research. Okay? So Anita first felt Matthew's article was of value when she realized it helped her difficulties with left-handedness. Option B, connection with music. And option C, the size of his research. Size means he done research on 2,000 people. 5,000 people, big research, right? Now let's see what do they say about it. Question number 31.
Section 4. You will hear a presentation given by a sports science student on her project on left and right-handedness in sport.
My topic is handedness, whether in different sports it is better to be left or right-sided, or whether a more balanced approach is more successful. I'm left-handed myself, And I actually didn't see any relevance to my own life when I happened to start reading an article by a sports psychologist called Peter Matthews. He spent the first part of the article talking about handedness in music instead of sport, which I have to say almost put me off from reading further. But what I soon became struck by was the sheer volume of both observation and investigation he had done in many different sports, and I felt persuaded that what he had to say would be of real interest.
C. Volume. Volume means size. For size, they use the word volume. Okay, so please listen to it again. C is the right answer. And by the way, the order in which they spoke, that is, I guess, B, A, B, C. They spoke in the same order. Yeah, let's see.
Section 4. You will hear a presentation given by a sports science student on her project on left and right-handedness in sport.
My topic is handedness, whether in different sports it is better to be left or right-sided, or whether a more balanced approach is more successful. I'm left-handed myself, and I actually didn't see any relevance to my own life when I happened to start reading an article by a sports psychologist called Peter Matthews. He spent the first part of the article talking about handedness in music instead of sport, which I have to say almost put me off from reading further.
Which put me off from reading further means it was all irrelevant, music and sport instead of sports.
But what I soon became struck by
When I soon became struck by means she realized.
was the sheer volume of both observation and investigation.
Sheer volume of both observation and investigation.
And I felt persuaded that what he had to say would be of real interest.
I felt persuaded means I realized what he had to say is actually good. So C is the right answer, impressive size, and for that they use the word sheer volume. Question number 32. Anita feels that the findings on handedness will be of value in. Findings means the results of the research on handedness. Handedness means right-handed or left-handedness. Will be value in. Where will it give the value or benefit? Option A, helping sports people identify their weakness. So sports people identify their weakness. Option B, aiding sports people as they plan tactics for each game. So you can underline aiding as they, or you can underline sports people plan tactics for each game. For tactics, they might use the word strategies. Option C, developing suitable training programs. So all three options are about sports people. You can take them as a common factor. Now I play the audio. Please listen and answer.
I think Matthew's findings will be beneficial, not so much in helping sports people to work on their weaker side, but more that they can help them identify the most suitable strategies to use in a given game.
B, absolutely. So she said not identifying their weak areas, but, and then they spoke about B. So B is the right answer, and they did not even discuss option C. Question number 33. Anita feels that most sports coaches, now what is it that most sport coaches do? Know nothing about the influence of handedness. So know nothing, influence of handedness. Option B, focus on the wrong aspects of performance. Focus wrong aspects, performance. And option C, underestimate what science has to offer sports. So underestimate what science offers. So let's see.
Although most trainers know how important handedness is, at present they are rather reluctant to make use of the insights scientists like Matthews can give, which I think is rather short-sighted, because focusing on individual flexibility is only part of the story.
They use the word short-sighted, means they don't see the far-reach effects of that. So which option? C, best, very good. The order in which they spoke, that is A, C and B. I'll play it again.
Although most trainers know how important handedness is, at present they are rather reluctant to make use of the insights scientists like
Okay, now option A, they said no, nothing. She said, although some sports people, they know. So it means it's not A, because A means they know nothing. They know it already. Now, let's move on with C option. Go back a little.
Most trainers know how important handedness is. At present, they are rather reluctant to make use of the insights scientists like Matthews can give, which I think is rather short-sighted, because focusing on individual flexibility is only part of the story.
Okay, question number 34, please. A German study showed there was greater mixed-handedness. Mixed-handedness means right-handed and left-handed equally. Sometimes you use right hand, sometimes left hand. A German study showed there was greater mixed-handedness in musicians who? Now, musicians who? Let's see. Who? A. Started playing instruments in early youth. Early youth means when they were younger. Like, if someone says, I started playing piano when I was 4 years old. For example, if somebody says, I started playing violin when I was only 10 years age. So option A is starting playing instruments in early youth. Option B, play a string instrument such as violin or violin. So German study showed there was a greater mixed-handedness in musicians. Mixed-handedness means they use both hands equally. Okay, option C, practice a great deal on their instrument. Those who practice a great deal, like who practice 10 hours a day on piano, they have mixed-handedness. Do you understand mixed-handedness? Means both hands are equally powerful. You can write with your right hand or left hand, no problem. Now, let's see.
Anyway, back to the article. Matthews found a German study which looked at what he called mixed-handedness. That is, the capacity to use both left and right hands equally. It looked at mixed-handedness in 40 musicians on a variety of instruments. Researchers examined a number of variables. For example, type of instrument played, regularity of practice undertaken, and length of time playing instrument, and found the following. Keyboard players had high levels of mixed-handedness, whereas string players like cellists and violinists strongly favored one hand. Also, those who started younger were more mixed-handed.
Those who started younger were more mixed-handed. Only this sentence decides. Those who started younger were most mixed-handed, that is, started playing instruments in early youth. Before that, all traps and all that. Question number 35. Studies on ape behavior show that. You know apes? They belong to monkey family, right? Studies on ape behavior show that apes which always use the same hand to get food are most successful. So, use the same hand, most successful. Now, apes should be in your mind. You should think about apes, right? Use the same hand, most successful. Option B, same proportion of left and right handedness as humans, means they use their left and right hand equally. And option C, more apes are left-handed than right-handed, means more apes are left-handed than right-handed. So let's see.
Matthews also reports studies of handedness in apes. Apes get a large proportion of their food by fishing ants from anthills. The studies show that apes, like humans, show handedness, though for them right and left-handedness is about equal, whereas about 85% of humans are right-handed. Studies showed that apes consistently using the same hand fished out 30% more ants than those varying between the two.
So, C is not even discussed. A is the right answer. I tell you why B is wrong. Okay, they discussed B. Apes have the same proportion of left and right handers as human. Okay, now they did not, it's not the same, it's different, right? I play this again. And then apes which always use the same hand to get food are most successful means 30% more ants they got. I play it again. Where is the smile? Come on.
Matthews also reports studies of handedness in apes. Apes get a large proportion of their food by fishing ants from anthills. The studies show that apes, like humans, show handedness, though for them right and left-handedness is about equal.
Okay, for them, left and right-handedness is about equal. So more apes are left-handed than right? No. For them, that is equal. So C is not the right answer. Got it? Yeah. Now let's go on. We go on to option B.
Whereas about 85% of humans are right-handed. Studies showed that apes consistently using the same hand.
That 85% was related to option B. Now, they are coming to options A. Please come to that.
The studies show that apes, like humans, show handedness, though for them right and left-handedness is about equal, whereas about 85% of humans are right-handed. Studies showed that...
Okay, as they said, 85% humans are right-handed. So apes have the same proportion of left and right-handedness as human. It's not that. So this is also the wrong answer. Now we come to question number 35. A option.
Apes consistently using the same hand fished out 30% more ants than those varying between the two.
Fished out 30% more ants. They eat ants. So that is food. They are more successful. Option A. Okay. All right. Let's just go on. Now we have questions 36 to 40. Complete the table below. Write one word and or a number. Shukar hai, yeah? We have reached here. One word and or a number. 36 to 40. Okay, write one word and or a number for each answer. Okay. Question number 36. Hockey. Sport is hockey. Best laterality. Laterality means the same thing. Okay. So, best laterality, comments. Laterality means whether you use your right hand or left hand more. It's actually that. Mixed laterality. Single laterality and cross laterality. Now look here. They may pronounce it in a different way. But anyways, mixed laterality where you use both hands equally. And it's not only hands. Both eyes. Right? Both ears. Some people, whenever you want to listen to something, you do this or you do this. Okay? If you do this, it means your this ear is more sensitive than the other one, right? So sometimes to see something, you use one of these eyes. So this is what they call laterality. Laterality means all the parts of body, which one you use more. Anyways, now mixed laterality means left or right equally. Question number 36. Hockey stick has to be used in dash. Now, underline has to be used. Underline has to be used. And right there on top, must be deployed in. Preposition in is very important. Must be deployed. Deployed means use. Must be deployed in. Now, whatever they say after in, that will be your answer. Hockey stick.
Matthew started researching several different sports and found different types of handedness in each. By the way, he uses handedness to refer to the dominant side for feet and eyes as well as hands. Anyway, his team measured the hand, feet, and eyes of 2,611 players and found that there were really three main types of laterality. Mixed, you work equally well on both sides, both hand and eye. Single, you tend to favor one side, but both hand and eye favor the same side. And cross-laterality. A player's hands and eyes favor only one side, but they are opposite sides. Let's start with hockey. Matthews found that it was best to be mixed-handed. This is because a hockey stick must be deployed in two directions.
Only two is not the right answer. In two directions, with directions. Hockey. And before that, see, they only elaborated what is mixed laterality, single laterality, cross laterality. No, one word and or a number, Payan. Two is a number. Kitna vadda hoega tu? Yeah? Clear to you also? Two is a number and directions is the answer. Okay, question number 37. Mixed-handed players found to be much more dash. Now underline much more dash is there. Much more dash than others. Okay? So let's see what do they use for much more.
It would be a drawback to have hand or eye favoring one side. An interesting finding is that mixed-handed hockey players were significantly more confident than their single-handed counterparts.
Significantly more confident. So for much, they use the word significantly. Significantly means very much. Okay, so the answer is confident, not even confidence. Please listen to it again.
It would be a drawback to have hand or eye favoring one side. An interesting finding is that mixed-handed hockey players were significantly more confident than their single-handed counterparts.
Okay, tennis is the next game. Question number 38. Gives a larger relevant field of. Now please underline larger relevant field. Underline that. And for this you should write bigger area of. By the way, preposition will help you. Answer will come after of. Bigger area of. Bigger area means larger relevant field. So whatever they say after bigger area of is same. So that will be the answer.
Things are slightly different in racket sports like tennis. Here, the important thing is to have the dominant hand and eye on the one side. This means that there is a bigger area of vision on the side where most of the action occurs.
Bigger area of vision. That's right. V-I-S-I-O-N. Vision will be the right answer. Question number 39. Cross-lateral players make dash too late. So they make something too late. For too late, underline too late and write there much later. Too late means much later. And cross-lateral players make. Focus the word make. Answer will come after make. Right? Whatever it is.
If a player is cross-lateral, the racket is invisible from the dominant eye for much of the swing. It means that they can only make corrections much later, and often the damage has been done by then.
They can only make corrections. And for too late, they use the word much later. Good. Last question. Gymnastics. Cross-laterality, gymnasts, dash. Now you can see there is apostrophe S with gymnast. Okay, so let's see what do they say about it. Sometimes this apostrophe S is replaced with off, O-F off. But let's see. Gymnasts, dash is important for performance. Okay, now listen. Underline important for performance. And now listen. For important for performance, they might say which is absolutely central to performance. Which is absolutely central to performance. So now let's see what is central to their performance. That will be the right answer.
And moving to a rather different type of sport, which involves large but precise movements, gymnastics. It's been found that cross-hand-eye favoring is best. The predominant reason for this is because it aids balance, which is, of course, absolutely central to performance in this sport.
It aids balance, which is absolutely central. So answer is balance. Very good. Okay, now you might have noticed one thing, that in IELTS listening, section by section level of difficulty changes. The first thing. The second thing, some sections are easier than the other ones. And sometimes level of difficulty changes according to the question type. For example, if there are multiple choice questions in part 4, it can be more complicated. If in part 4 you have sentence completion with one word only, it's going to be comparatively easier, okay? But practice makes perfect. Expect anything. When you go to take your IELTS test, just expect it's going to be the toughest test there. And prepare for that. In IELTS, Cambridge IELTS books, we've got a variety of tests. Like this one we solved, this is from book number 7. Book number 7, test number 2. So this is a variety. Some tests are easy and your score will also vary. In some tests, you will take 30 correct answers. You'll be very happy. Next test, 22. Then you say, what happened? Okay? So you need to see average number of correct answers and then tally it with your required bench score. If you're getting less, for example, not less than 25 correct answers and your target is 6 band, you are ready. If you're getting not less than 30, test is difficult or easy, you are getting minimum 30 correct answers and your target band is 7 in listening, you are ready for that. Okay? All the best. Thank you.